See the problem? Can you hear us now?
What did you do?
Test.
I believe that should have rectified the problem.
Oh, yeah. Now I can hear it through the television.
There we go.
I was hearing it through my board like I did my parts. I did my part.
There we go. See, here's the thing. When you do all new shit, every once in a while, you have to hit on. That's the thing.
It's a funny thing.
See, and here's the thing. I forgot to hit on. That's sorry.
Yeah.
Yesterday was a bit of a trying day. So the fact that we're all here, we're here just to, my bad.
Right. And we do want to thank everybody for their support and their thoughts and prayers. Yesterday was the funeral for Pacey Short, Corey's son, tragically passed away. Yesterday had all the feels, and we felt all your thoughts and prayers.
So if you notice that my eyes look like, two pert buttholes, that would be why. Because yesterday was tough.
I guess that's one way to describe it.
That's what I stole that from Anthony Hawks. After you cry, your eyes look like two pert buttholes. I've never heard a better way to describe that.
Yeah, that was it was a hard day yesterday, but there was a lot of healing too. There was a lot of healing in yesterday. So anyway, last night, New England Patriots, Indianapolis Colts. Look, New England's not as good as I think their record states. I have said that before, and I will continue to say it. Indianapolis is a good team. They may not have played their best game yesterday, but they did come up with the win.
At the end of the day, they were up 20-0.
Yep. They were up 20-0, and despite Frank Reich's play calling and best efforts to throw the game away with Carson Wentz at the helm, they were able to come up with a win.
I'm going to level with you. If I was coordinating a defense against New England, I would put 97 people in the box. Because we saw yesterday, Mac Jones played fine.
Yep.
Didn't matter.
Yep.
You couldn't run. You couldn't stay on pace. And then you got behind, and you saw exactly what I thought you were
Which
going to
I
see.
felt like is the thing that's going to stop them in the playoffs.
I would agree.
Of like, Mac Jones cannot win games for you. He can game manage you, and you can get a lead on a bad team, and you can salt them away, or you can just pound them into the ground. But when it comes down to it, you're going to face these better teams. You're not going to be able to do that.
Nope.
New England's not going to be able to hang with the Cincinnati Bengals on the offensive side. Now, can they throw up a great defensive battle and win a nasty one? Yeah, you could do that.
Can they win a Grossy McGross pants? Dave, do you disagree with anything that we have said here?
Not particularly. Here's the thing. It's really hard sometimes because the fan in me wants, of course, to win all the games. But I also understand that this is football and any team can win. Hell, Jacksonville's won, and they had Urban Meyer.
He's very sorry Urban Meyer now.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I think that New England showed last night that they've got a little bit more gumption than I think initially thought. But if you're coordinating a defense, I'd double Hunter Henry. Where else is the ball going? There were some bad plays. If you look at the game as a whole, New England got down early, like way early, and then the Colts did nothing. So I don't put it on the defense. I don't even put it on Mac. It was, a couple of mistakes killed him. That a red zone INT is never a good thing, and ultimately there were a couple of drop passes from guys who usually have sure hands that just were awful. If anything, I'm looking at the Colts and going, outside of Jonathan Taylor, you played your most complete game, and outside of Jonathan Taylor, you almost lost to a New England team that ultimately did not play even close to a good game. They played one good quarter. New England played one good quarter.
I would agree with
Defensively,
that.
Defensively, they were okay, but the Colts almost blew that. And if it weren't for Jonathan Taylor running roughshod over them in the last little bit, forget it.
That's a hell of an ace in the hole to have, though.
Yeah. Well, listen, teams are built on that. That's what makes a great team. A great team is having someone that they can rely on. It's why the Titans love Derrick Henry so much. It's why teams need that one guy, that game changer, and the Patriots don't have that. I'm not going to sit here and pretend they do. Matt Judon's a great player, but he's not a game changer. And nothing that they did last night tells me that they can't win a game somewhere, but they're not a Super Bowl team. And if you ever thought they were a Super Bowl team, you're foolish anyway. Like, real talk, the football fan in me said that New England almost beat a Colts team that almost lost it themselves. Also, Michael Pittman, what are you doing? You're down, like you're up 20 points. And I felt like if the Patriots came back to win, that's the turning point for me. When Pittman gets in a little pissy shoving match because he had his helmet ripped off, you got to be a better guy than that. Be a little bit more of a pro. His teammates are trying to pull him off, and he was yelling at the ref after. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, what am I going to say? I say this a lot, and I say it to Frank Reich more than I say it to anybody.
Run the damn ball!
Run the damn ball! You're so good at it, and then you get ahead, you go, "Hey, you know what we should do? We should start throwing now. They won't see that coming."
Yeah. Weston Titans fan hit it on the head. Yep. Jonathan Taylor is the Logan Paul of the Indianapolis Colts.
Jesus Christ. You know what?
Or was it Jake? Which one was it?
Jake.
It was Jake Paul. Jake Paul last night. God, he knocked Tyron Woodley's head off.
Yeah.
Wow.
When he fights a real boxer, we can talk.
Yep.
By the way, I just realized this. How many passes did Carson Wentz throw last night?
17?
12.
12.
He threw 12 passes the entire game. He was 4 of 10. When I looked up, he was 4 of 10.
Yeah.
Matt Hoffman said we need to at least admit that Jake Paul's a threat in boxing. When he actually knocks out a boxer, then we can talk.
That was one of the first things I asked Jeremy this morning was when is the time that we start giving him some credit? Like, okay, so he's had these fights, and Lamar Woodley, the way that he knocked him out, that has to give you some kind of credit. Like, dude, I mean, that is a professional fighter. It's not a professional boxer, but you knocked him fucking cold.
And that's fine. You know why you knocked him cold? Because he was holding his hand about right here. Like, hey, this will help. This will be good. Hey, Coach, am I doing it right, Coach? Boof.
I mean, I'm with you. Fight some real, classically trained boxers or whatever, career boxers, and win some fights, and I'll start giving you some more credit. But at this point, I mean, is he going to create his own belt? Is there going to be like a celebrity champion belt?
And it'll have Kim Kardashian's face on it.
Yeah.
Stephen Tao asked in the comments, Amari Cooper or Brandon Ayuk? I'm going to let both of you answer it because I have a definitive lean here.
That's a tough one for me. I mean, Amari Cooper has been playing really well. I think Dak Prescott's going to have a big day. But there again, the San Francisco 49ers are playing the damn Atlanta Falcons. And Brandon Ayuk has become the wide receiver one. I mean, they're running Debo more out of the backfield. God, I'm going to go with Amari Cooper, and I don't feel great about it.
It's Ayuk.
And I'm with him.
Okay, all right.
I'm with Dave on this one. It's Brandon Ayuk.
All right.
I could, honest to God, see, and for me, it's all game script. I'm looking at the range of outcomes for these two games. There is virtually no shot to me that Giants-Cowboys shoots out. I don't see any way that game's going to shoot out.
It's a good point.
Now, do I really think San Francisco-Tennessee is going to? No. But there's a much higher probability of that.
San Francisco, Atlanta.
Or, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Sorry, San Francisco, Tennessee is.
There is a greater possibility that game will be competitive and there will be passes thrown late in the game. I see where you're going with that.
Yep.
Dallas and the Giants could be a blowout, and they won't need to continue throwing into the third and fourth quarters.
Yep. It's Ayuk for me pretty comfortably. I think I've got Ayuk. Amari Cooper's at 24 for me this week. Mm-hmm. Ayuk is at 19.
Okay.
18, sorry.
That sounds about right. I mean, I was dead close on him, but I don't know.
Kelvin Joyner.
You can always go when I go one way, you go the other way.
Kelvin Joyner asked, why does the NFL hate the Raiders? I don't have a good answer for that. I really don't.
Why do they hate it? The Raiders just have bad luck. They don't hate the Raiders.
But this is just one of those years that you should look introspectively at yourself and just go, don't be sad that it's over. Just be sad, but be happy that it happened.
Was it? Oh, their game got moved because the Cleveland got COVID. Okay. You remember when we had the last year with all the coronavirus stuff and the Pittsburgh Steelers didn't end up getting a bye week or a full bye week?
So
they didn't get their off week, and they were like, oh, does the NFL hate the Pittsburgh Steelers too? No. It's just Vegas, some things they bring on themselves, and they got bad luck to go along with it.
So we saw Brian Haynes yesterday. Brian Haynes had the coronavirus.
Yep. And
he looked at us and said, if you don't have symptoms, you should still be able to play. And for me, I went, okay, coronavirus is over. Now we got Brian on board,
right.
It's over. It's done. There is no more actual fear. Not saying that he was overly scared. I just mentally told myself, when he gets to the okay, well, yeah, because he was our resident.
Right.
There was never an issue to me if you had fear of this. He was just the one that I knew that was more, I'll call it respectful of it. I was very
flippant.
That's a good word.
Yeah.
I like flippant.
Flippant. You're very flippant about
Spell that
it.
with an A or an E. Is it flippant or flippant?
I think it's flippant.
Flippant.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I think they should play if they're asymptomatic, but I don't get to make that call. I try to make all of my decisions and opinions based in somewhat reality most of the time. And as long as this continues to be a thing, I told you this the other day. Like, as long as this is still a priority for the league, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be. Joshua Penix asked in the chat, Mark Andrews, OBJ, or Devontae Smith? Ooh, Lord help. That's a doozy of a question you done asked right there.
Well, it's not OBJ because I think he's on COVID. He's on the COVID list. Unless he got activated in the middle of the night and I didn't see it. He was one of the ones on the Rams COVID list, so it's not going to be him.
Yeah, but he was close contact.
And he may be able to come back.
Be fine. The thing that you do have to be careful with these Tuesday guys, if you don't think they're going to play, don't play them.
Yeah.
Like I shouldn't have said that the way. If there is a possibility they don't play them. Because you're going to get to Tuesday and have no choices. So if you have the tiebreaker for me, so in this Mark Andrews, OBJ, Devontae Smith question, I don't love Devontae Smith anyway. Mm-hmm. So I'm going Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews is the one that I know is playing today.
Yeah. I'd agree with that. Solid reasoning.
And, I'm not going to shy away from Mark Andrews because of Tyler Huntley. It didn't really seem to bother him last week.
Right. He was number one last week, wasn't he? He was the number one tight end.
I am so smart. I am so smart. SMRT. SMART.
And going up against the Green Bay Packers. Are you really?
No.
That's not really a matchup I'm going to shy away from.
No, because their linebackers are slow. That's the reason that I'm so on Baltimore today, is because I don't love their linebackers.
Right.
Devondre Campbell's been good. I get all of those things. You have to be quick and physical with Baltimore. And
did you pick them this week?
I did. I took Baltimore plus the 7.
Okay, you did. Excellent.
And do you know why? Because giving 7 points to a team that good is stupid. Oh, but they don't have either players. Well, yeah, they do. Yeah, they have enough of them. They also have John Harbaugh.
All right, so there you go.
Rob Johnson asked, all right, so we got 2 questions in the chat. KJ Osborne or Devontae Freeman from M85. I'm going to go KJ Osborne.
Okay, see?
I'm going to go KJ Osborne.
Okay.
Dave, what are your thoughts on that one?
KJ Osborne's probably got the higher ceiling.
I would agree with that. I think if you told me one of them was going to have a tremendous top 15 at their position game, it's KJ Osborne.
Yes.
With no Adam Thielen, I have a funny feeling that they're going to shadow Jalen Johnson on Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
And if they do that, every other weapon, I'm going to be a fan of.
But Freeman's got the higher floor.
I would agree with that.
Okay.
Running back always has a higher floor.
Yeah.
If their carries are guaranteed, running back always has a higher floor. The question is the ceiling, and the ceiling is the roof. The other question we got was Montgomery, Gibson, Carter, Javonte Williams, pick 2. Montgomery's the one I'm not playing definitively.
I'm on Carter and Williams.
Yep. Hey, bitch, what's in the bowl? That's the first one we agreed on.
We got some agreement.
Dave, who are your 2 in that pick 4?
Williams and Carter.
Yep.
Right.
Hey, across the board.
I don't like Gibson, and he's had a lot of this is.
Uh oh. I hit a button.
God.
Shit.
What did you do?
Oh,
you went to hit the bell and you turned him off.
I did.
Come on.
Come back. What's happening?
And now we see your arm.
I know.
Excellent.
I fixed that, Nick.
You'd
just be glad I'm wearing pants.
Wow. So it's been a roller coaster already this morning. Joshua Fennick says Saquon Barkley, Javonte Williams, or is that Chase Edmonds? Saquon, Javonte, or Chase Edmonds? Is Edmonds back?
We have to go back to Armchair because I silenced him.
Oh, okay. I was trying to.
Let's try that one more time.
I don't like Gibson. He had a lot of the big carries last couple of weeks, and eventually he's either going to break or have less carries, and I just don't like that game script at all.
I don't either. He would be – I still think I'd play him over Montgomery, though. But I can't get to a place where I play either one of them over – Javonte Williams is one of my 5 favorite running backs of the day.
Yeah.
Oh, but the knee. I don't care. Melvin Gordon's hurt, too. And if you told me he got the whole workload today, holy shit.
Well, Cincinnati's not bad against the run, though.
Middle of the pack. Fantasy-wise.
Okay.
Joshua Penix asked Saquon, Javonte, or Edmonds. It's Javonte for me, and it's not even close.
Yeah. I think I'm completely out on Saquon. We had all these high hopes, and he's gone from being a must-play, high ceiling guy to I don't even want to touch you because your floor's so damn low.
Stephen Tao asked in the comments, is James Robinson relevant again?
The disrespect around this place is ending today.
Woohoo!
Yes, sir, he is.
We finally have a coach that's not dumber than a box of hair. Let the good times roll. Party
Yes,
time,
sir.
bitches. Alabama. So
No,
that didn't
didn't.
make a ton of sense, but I just wanted to do it.
Yeah.
So fucking sue me. My name's on the door. I can do that.
Because you're a dick. It's basically how that comes out. Anyhow, yeah, James Robinson is definitely relevant once again.
He's one of my favorite plays of the day on all daily sports sites.
I have been trying to figure out what I believe is going to happen with Jacksonville. Is there going to be this resurgence, quote unquote, now that they've gotten Urban Meyer out of the building? But I don't think I trust Darrell Bevell as far as I can throw him.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. What am I going to say? Run the damn ball! Darrell Bevell is the creator of run the damn ball.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing. I look at Jacksonville and just go, anybody with a brain is going to look at this and go, we have to get James Robinson the ball. He had 6 carries last week.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, okay. Darrell Bevell actually, by hook or by crook, thinks he has a chance of being the full-time coach in Jacksonville. I don't.
No, sir, I don't believe so. I don't believe there will be any remnants of that Urban Meyer era left once this comes to completion at the end of the season.
HWA, I think, is taking Houston.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Who did I take?
We all took Houston.
Did I take Houston?
Yeah. Houston plus 5.5 or something like that.
I'll be honest with you.
It was too much. It was too many points.
My little Google Doc that I usually save these things in didn't work. And now I have learned that I have the memory of a 4-year-old because I cannot remember who I picked in any of these games.
Houston
I remember
plus
I took
5.
the Jets
You
because
did.
you were too big a puss.
Not going to do it.
You were too big a pudding pants to do it, so I went, I will.
Yeah. And that's fine. All right, you ready to go game by game?
Sure.
All right, Washington at Philadelphia. That's
Tuesday.
That's Tuesday. All right. Oh shoot, I did that thing where I forgot to update that.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do this. Let's go.
Don't give the opening line either because no one cares when it opened out on Sunday. I've had $1 for every time he's given a line, and I've gone, that's not right. I don't know what you did there, but you
didn't.
On
You shouldn't have done that.
You're not done that, D boy. On the sheet that we get, the first column is the open. Somehow, in 2 years, he will forget that at least once a week.
Yep. Constantly.
And what's bad is now the ESPN show is on YouTube, so you can see my face go, scrunchy face. Like, wait, that's not right.
That's not right.
I thought he was fucking with me for the longest time because invariably it would always be pushing the line his way. And then I figured out, nope. Just
doing
it on
just
purpose.
looking at the wrong one. Just looking at the wrong one. All right, so the first one in the 1 o'clock slate here, Buffalo Bills, Carolina Panthers. Buffalo's a 14-point favorite.
Have you ever seen a snuff film live? Because you're gonna at 1 o'clock today.
Right. I'm gonna flash back to what I told you when they faced your Jets earlier this year.
This is not going to be pretty.
They are out to hurt some feelings today.
Yes.
And they will do so to the Carolina Panthers. It was 10.5 when we picked it on Friday, and now it's 14.
Which means we got it on the good side.
We did get it on the good side, but even at 14, I'm all in. Go Buffalo Bills.
Nobody
Mafia get the
circles the
tables.
wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
I just don't see a way that Carolina's going to be able to do much offensively in this game. Cam Newton sucks on ice. And P.J. Walker is not much better, but I do believe he's better.
He sucks on ice.
Yeah.
I mean, does he at least bite it? I mean, because I chew on ice, but I don't suck on it.
No, he's afraid it will hurt his tender gums. He just
Well, that's unfortunate. You ought to get you some of that Sonic ice. It's
Right.
much more
It's
palatable.
much easier.
It's much more palatable.
No, I don't see much for Carolina today, and I think Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills have to be out to prove a point.
Oh, they're going to beat them savagely. Anytime you see a line this high, and then you go to the Vegas spread numbers and realize that Buffalo still is catching over half of the cash, the value in this game is on Carolina at 14 because it's 14.5 in some places.
Okay.
At 14.5, I can't. I mean, okay, I can't lay that many
Right.
points. But at 10.5,
And as
I will
always,
do it
every
happily.
line that I give you will be from betus.com. Go to betus.com, use the promo code Sportsocracy, and they will give you a 125% deposit bonus, and they will do that up to $2,500.
And do that. If you're going to wager, go to betus.com. It's one of the greatest ways to support us. They just Bitcoined us. I got to figure out what to do with that.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah, that
you,
was fun.
Patrick Holt and Michael Whiteside, for your assistance in helping me figure out what to do with a Bitcoin.
Yeah, how do you make micro Bitcoin turn into dollars?
How do you make this thing on my computer turn into doll hairs? Because I want doll hairs, not Bitcoins.
But, I mean, it's Stephon Diggs, it's Josh Allen, other fantasy relevant.
Josh Allen's the one. Josh Allen's my favorite play on DraftKings today. I know he's expensive. I do not care. I do not care.
You want all in on Josh Allen.
Yep. He's not the lineup I'm giving at the end of the show will not have Josh Allen in it because he's so expensive, and there are other players that I'm just desperately trying to get to. But I do like him a lot.
So if you're throwing value out the window for your quarterback,
Josh Allen.
This is Josh Allen. Mm-hmm. Gotcha. All right. Armchair, anybody fantasy relevant from this game that we have not mentioned?
No, because Josh Allen is it. It's not going to be Cam Newton, or I can't believe it's not Cam Newton, a.k.a. P.J. Walker.
I love that.
It's not going to be – there's no Buffalo Bill running back that you can play.
Nope.
Look, I made Jeremy fall over in his chair. This is a good day. That's a parody on a line from somebody else. I do not own the rights to that joke, but I'm using it, so I'm taking it. Honestly, this game is going to be out of hand early. Josh Allen is it. Diggs, if you have to play a stack, it's Diggs, but expect those early and often, and then nothing else the rest of the game.
Right.
If I was stacking Josh Allen today,
Cole Beasley?
That's what I was sitting here hemming and hawing over.
Gabriel Davis.
That's an aggressive strategy. There is no Emmanuel Sanders. He's not going to play.
4,900 on DraftKings, so you could stack 8,100 for Allen and 4,900 for Beasley.
But Gabriel Davis is 3,700, and you know what that makes me do?
Good. Let the hate flow through you.
That might be how I get to Josh Allen, is by stacking him with Gabriel Davis. And Dawson Knox, here's the thing about tight ends against Carolina. They're not, they're middle of the pack, but it's very misleading. I can almost guarantee you what Dawson Knox's stat line is going to look like today. Mm-hmm. It's going to be somewhere in the ballpark of 4 to 5 catches for 40 to 50 yards, because that's what they give up every single week. There's almost no variance. There's never a high side game against Carolina. It's just always, if you want 10 points from your tight end, more power to you.
Yeah.
Problem is, he's 5,100 on DraftKings, and I'm good. Stephen Tao asked, is Devin Singletary going to feast if they get an early lead? I don't think so. I don't like any of these running backs, because I think the way they're going to run is with Josh Allen.
Could Devin Singletary feast if you led him to the buffet?
Not like you can.
Well,
nobody hits the buffet like Tank Spencer.
That's not even kind of true. You out-eat me way more.
That's true. I also eat like one time a day. So by the time I finally eat, my body's like, God, get protein, carbohydrates.
Yes.
Give it all to me.
The Miami Dolphins take on your New York Jets today. You have taken the Jets.
Jets, Jets.
Plus the 10. Miami Dolphins are 10-point favorites at home. Michael Carter's coming back.
This has Jet game written all motherfucking over.
All right, why?
I'm going to use the old Artie Lang joke. Sometimes women won't screw you. Mm-hmm. The Jets will always screw you. Mm-hmm. This is one of those games they have absolutely there is no rational reason that you could give me that the Jets are going to win this game. And they will.
Huh.
And they will, because this is what they do. This is what they do every single fucking year. They find a way to win a game that they're not supposed to, and it screws us up and winds up putting us in that 4 to 6 range.
Yeah.
Because right now, I see a path that Jacksonville wins today. We would leap them. So what are the Jets going to have to do? Jets going Jet.
Yep.
Jets going Jet, and this has it just written all over it. It's going to be gross and rainy and bleh. But at least it's going to be warm. Mm-hmm. Everybody will be wet, but they'll be warm because it's going to be like 85.
Okay.
God, why in the hell do we live in? Why do we live in the mountains? Oh, they're so pretty. Yeah, it's 12. All right, it's 42 degrees outside. It's 80 in Miami today.
Michael Carter is back. They have said he is going to play a significant role in this game. There are no other weapons for the New York Jets. Michael Carter will be the only one that you should be considering playing today, in my opinion. Do you concur?
I can get to Jamison Crowder.
You can?
I can.
Okay.
You would have to really, really be desperate. I'll tell you another fun stat about the Jets. The Jets have covered 3 lines all year.
Okay.
It's all 3 of their wins.
Yeah.
They have not covered in a loss all year long. Today could be the first.
It could be. It could be. But you do have that defense it's very civvy. And I mean, if there's a player to pinpoint from Miami to have, is it Devontae Parker?
I don't like it.
Or is this
really
like a
any
Myles
of the-
Gaskin weird day?
I don't like any of the weapons in this game. I will tell you this. One of my, and I got to go get the numbers because they've been audibling all day. They keep going lower.
Yeah.
If you go to monkeyknifefight.com, use promo code TANK, TANK, you can play the game that I'm a big fan of, the more or less 3.6x multiplier.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going less than 241.5 for Tua, less than 205.5 for Zach Wilson. Rain game.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be a ton of running. Rob Johnson said he's a little scared to play Carter because he doesn't feel like Wilson likes to check down to him. Today he's going to have to. They will put reins on Zach Wilson today that are unlike anything you have ever seen. Because in a rain game, he could absolutely eviscerate them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they could get beat by 40 if they don't calm him down.
Right.
Armchair, do you like anything from Miami and the JEST? Just.
First off, how is Tank take the Jets against the Saints, but against the Dolphins in a rain game? He's like, no. Jets +7, no problem against New England. Jets Miami, no.
No, not doing it.
More
sandwich,
points.
I'm not
More
gonna touch
points
it.
against a worse team.
Miami's 29th rated offense, even though the Jets D is bad in a rain game. Tua's going to have to be it. Devontae Parker's a must if you have to. If you're in your playoffs and you need a wide receiver and he's on your team, you probably can play him and feel like he's going to get some targets, but I don't know if he's going to be like breakout star guy today. I don't see it happening. Michael Carter is the play, and he is cheap.
I love some Michael Carter today.
Yeah, he's 4,700.
Mm-hmm. He will be in the lineup of happiness that I give out later in this show.
Very nice. No Gesicki, though? Nobody's on Gesicki?
No, I don't really like
Because of the rain game?
I just don't like any of the weapons. I don't think there's going to be a lot of passing in this game.
Well, they don't have Jalen Waddle, so if they are going to pass the ball, keep it short, find Gesicki.
But I don't think they're going to.
You don't think so? Okay. All right. The Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. This is an 11-point spread when we picked it. It's now 11.5 going the Dallas Cowboys' way. I still like Dallas to cover. I don't believe in anything from the New York Giants. I don't care who's playing quarterback. They're all bad. All your options are bad. Your line's still bad. Your running back's trash. And I hate saying that about Saquon because he's a guy that I believed in. But I think there's no way around it. We have seen what he's going to be in New York. He has to get out of New York immediately.
Oh, I would agree with that. I mean, the Giants are just a wasteland of the Giants are a wasteland where sadness goes to manifest itself.
Yep. And then on the Dallas side, you got Dak Prescott that's been taking all kinds of criticisms, all that slump talk at the beginning of the week from his own owner, Jerry Jones. I think he should be out to prove something today.
Well,
what'd you do?
I was going to impersonate Jerry Jones, but I dropped my fucking hard drive on the floor. So
I just heard blings coming from your computers over there, and I was like, whoa, okay, what just happened?
So here's what we're going to do.
Yeah. Now, see, that would have been funnier if you'd have kept it on the screen because he did this little slumpy thing like,
You mean like this?
That's exactly what he did.
Take the elevator down.
That's right. So Dallas, New York. I've already said I like Amari Cooper. I like Dak Prescott in this game. I don't know. Which of the running backs, Armchair, do you like the best in this one? Is it Zeke or is it Pollard coming off of the injury?
Give me a real Sophie's choice here, aren't you? I'm holding out hope for Zeke. I'm holding out hope, but Tony Pollard's the back for this team. Every indication we've had is that Pollard's the guy and Zeke is going to be, the other. And unfortunately, I think that means that for Zeke owners like myself in a couple of leagues, that it's not boding well. However, it is the Giants, and stranger things can happen. If you're a Cowboys fan, you just got to hope that Dak doesn't gift Glennon and his oh-so-potent offense a whole bunch of opportunities like he did to the football team.
I don't. To your Zeke Pollard question, Pollard's the better running back.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there has to be a Zeke game before it's all said and done.
This could be it.
And this could very well be it.
Could be it. I was when I was putting my lineups together earlier today, I was thinking, I mean, I like Tony Pollard and all, but torn planters are hard to deal with.
He got that torn planter in his foot.
Yeah. So, who is the receiver for the Dallas Cowboys? Is it Amari Cooper?
CeeDee Lamb, I feel like, is going to get Bradbury.
I would tend to agree with that.
If I was playing a Dallas Cowboy receiver today, it's Dalton Schultz.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Explain.
I don't feel like they're going to have to throw a ton, and the wind's going to be up. CeeDee Lamb with getting Bradbury, not something that I'm overjoyed to. I mean, if you have him, you have to play him.
Right.
I'm not against Gallup at all. I think Gallup's probably the one. If I was playing a Cowboy in DraftKings, that's the one it would be.
Mm-hmm. Is Lamb worth it in DFS? Eric Miller wants to know, and I would say no.
I'm going to say no because it's so damn expensive. I mean, you can have Jamar Chase for $300 less.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying I'm not jumping up and down to play Jamar Chase this week, but to me, he's just too expensive.
Yeah.
For the level of coverage he's going to get, I'm going to pass on that. I can't fault you for doing it. I'm just not personally going to do it.
Okay. Also, in a 1 o'clock tilt, we got the Tennessee Titans at the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is a 1-point spread. It was a pick 'em when we took it. But Pittsburgh's now the 1-point favorite at home, and I think that's right. I think they should be the favorite in this game.
I love that you think that.
I don't believe in Tennessee until their weapons come back. I'm not going to be a believer in that team.
And I think that is stupid.
Okay.
Bud Dupree's back today. Pass rush is going to be good. I still don't trust that offensive line for the Steelers. And Ben is 943 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but Mike Tomlin on the road, or Mike Tomlin at home. I don't care. That stat's very misleading. This is the worst team he's ever had, I think by a wide margin.
But I don't feel like Ben has been playing horribly, and I think those receivers are going to find some room today. Like Deontay Johnson, I think should be a fine play. Chase Claypool, same thing.
Chase Claypool. If you were playing fantasy Dancing with the Stars, I would play Chase Claypool, but that's about the only way.
That's it?
I don't.
How did you get so down on Chase Claypool?
No,
all of a sudden.
I loved you.
And now you can't.
And now you're just, okay, just a dick. Now I have to rename the team, and I have to do all the things.
Oh,
now it's the Michael Pittman team.
We're back on that because Chase Claypool's an idiot.
Or we just go back to 6 to midnight.
Could do that as well.
Chase Claypool never interacted with the Chase Claypool team.
David Smith from Armchair Commentary. What do you think?
I like the Titans this game. I don't know if I have a ton of weapons that I'd be super happy to play. The Titans D, maybe. This Steelers team has not been particularly great. I know they made their comeback against the Vikings, but I feel like that was more the Vikings laying off the gas. And if not for Lamar throwing just slightly, just a bit outside, as you guys like to put it.
Right.
That Baltimore game is also a loss. And then it's, 4 or 5 in a row. So, I mean, they've lost 3 of their last 4 games. The Steelers team is not all that great. And I think this Titans defense is a lot better than people are giving them credit for. And this pains me to say because they're going to win today and take back that coveted top spot. I think the Titans win this It's not going to be pretty, but I don't think Ben is fast enough to get away from that Titan rush, and Najee Harris is going to be left wondering what hit him. I like Najee. I'm going to play him today in my standard leagues. I don't know if I'm playing him in DFS.
Yeah, I'm not touching Najee Harris in DFS today.
No. All right, the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
James friggin' Robinson.
James Robinson. End of story, period.
End
no
of
more.
message. James Robinson, end of message.
I like it. We all took Houston plus the 5 in this game. And again, I don't know if they're going to be able to have some kind of a bounce back here. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see Urban Meyer leaves town and, Trevor Lawrence comes out and has the game of his life and everything's all hunky-spunky. I don't think it's going to be that storybook. This team is just not good. James Robinson will get his. And on the Houston side, what? You would play the defense? I do think the defense might be worth a play today. I mean,
for Houston,
if you're picking cheap ass defense, hell, either one of them. Neither of these teams is good. I would I would lean the Houston side though. I mean, Houston turned in they had a 4 interception game a couple of weeks ago, so they might be able to do that to Trevor again.
They're 2,800 today. And here's the thing: I can have the Cowboys for $800 more.
Okay,
I'm good.
All right.
I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying I'm not going to do it.
Right.
I don't think there's any value in this game because this is going to be a big old gross boo. There's a lot of those today.
Mm-hmm. A lot of gross ones.
There's a lot of gross fest in today, which is weird for a day with no weather. There's only one weather game.
Right. It has gone up, by the way, to Houston plus 5.5 at betus.com.
Take Jacksonville.
Really? You going against your pick from the other day?
Oh, wait a minute. I misheard what you just said. Jacksonville's a 5.5-point favorite.
Yes.
Okay. Take Houston.
Take Houston.
I said that wrong.
Okay. Yeah. Houston plus the 5.5. Arizona Cardinals, Detroit Lions. It's 13-point spread. Detroit's at home. The Arizona Cardinals are the Arizona Cardinals, and the Detroit Lions are the Detroit Lions. And, oh, by the way, I don't know that you have anybody on the Detroit side that you could really be scared of. TJ Hawkinson's gone. DeAndre Swift is gone. Jamal Williams, I think, is still on the COVID list.
He is. He's like Mike White. Did Jamal Williams die of COVID, and they're just not telling us? This is the highest over-under of the day. Arizona-Detroit is the highest over-under of the day.
Yeah, because it could be 70-0.
Said it. What is the over-under?
The over-under is...
I just told you it's the highest one of the day. I just told you it's the highest one of the day.
49.5.
You're too high.
What?
It's 48.
Oh, my God.
It's the highest over-under of the day. You might win the millionaire today with $150. That might be good enough. So if there is a player that you think is just going to go nanner sandwiches, you should play them.
Mm-hmm. George Kittle.
I don't hate Kittle today.
We can get to that one.
He's so expensive.
We'll get to that one in a second. Arizona Cardinals, Detroit Lions, though. Who's Christian Kirk for the Arizona Cardinals? Is he the receiver?
So chalky today. I'm all over A.J. Greene today. A.J. Green's going to be the one.
Okay.
Until they bring back Larry Fitzgerald.
Which I don't think so. I don't think so.
What, you don't think he's going to come back?
I don't know.
I think you're out of your mind.
Why?
Who's the loser in that? Larry comes back. Who's the loser there?
I mean, there's not a loser.
There you go. That's the point. Andy Isabella. He's probably the loser. Or Greg Dortch.
Andy Isabella. I didn't even know he was still in the league.
You do this for a living.
I don't care.
He's
should irrelevant. He's completely irrelevant.
That would be much like let's say I'm going to use a reference here. That would be like somebody working at the post office saying, "I didn't know we did stamps anymore. I I feel like you should know that.
Because they're completely irrelevant. Same thing.
Not if you work at the post
we're
office.
We're still selling those?
That's what funds them. So,
oh yeah, that's what funds them.
It is what funds them.
The stamp sales.
Yeah, it's exactly what funds them. That's the reason that they're begging the government for money all the fucking time. Because when was in the comments?
Yeah, see you got there eventually. Yeah.
No, I worked there.
That's why they're begging. That's why they're begging the government for money because they can't be funded through stamp sales.
Well, it's Joe Biden, America. Everybody's begging the government for money. Wait, where's my button?
It's much better than what we used to have. The government needs to be subsidizing everything.
Put the bunny back in the box.
Substitute bunny with Bernie.
Bernie.
Put the Bernie
back in the box. All right. So, Chase Edmonds, you interested? James Conner? No. Going once, going twice.
I mean, you could do worse. Go ahead, Dave.
Chase Edmonds has a path. There's a path for Edmonds here if you're looking to play. And this is like risky play. This is not guaranteed. Like we're talking, the floor is lava floor, but the ceiling is high. If this game gets out of hand early, Connor's a little dinged up. I can see Edmonds getting some play. It doesn't mean it's going to happen. It's totally based on Kyler having like a ridiculous game and they're trying to get Edmonds back up to speed. I don't know if he's on a pitch count, but I could see a path where Edmonds gets some love here, and Connor gets a little bit of a respite against the Detroit Lions. It's spicy, but it's there.
I get it.
It's like I can get there, but I'm not gonna. That was an I can get there, but I'm not gonna.
I'm not gonna. No, I'm not gonna. I don't look. There are 3 running backs. There's no shot that I'm not playing today.
And you'll tell us who those are coming up
at
next.
the end of the show.
Yeah, coming up at the end of the show. In the Fire DFS lineup. The Atlanta Falcons and the San Francisco 49ers in a 4:05 kickoff. And the San Francisco 49ers are a 10-point favorite. And I don't think that's nearly enough. I think San Francisco will win this in a blowout. You think it could go back and forth?
I think this is the most likely game of the day to shoot out.
Okay.
If you told me a game shot that there was a shootouty game that went over 50 today, I would wager this is the one. Mm-hmm. I do not believe San Francisco's defense is as good as everybody thinks it is. They give up a lot of big plays. I think this is going to look much more similar to when they played Minnesota a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
I could see Atlanta getting out to a lead. San Francisco comes back, hangs up a bunch of points. Atlanta scores one late to make it more respectable. Mm-hmm. I could see this game being 38-24. So, and if it is, you damn well better have a 49er.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm so much higher on Ayuk. Because I think you're going to need a 49er. And he's the one that's the most affordable. Mm-hmm. Debo's really expensive.
Yep.
I can't play Jimmy Garoppolo, and I don't trust any running back on that team.
Well, you got no Elijah Mitchell again. He's out.
Yeah, don't play Jeff Wilson. I've ridden that. I've ridden that train enough times.
Right.
I don't want to do it again.
Well, and see, that's what dings Debo for me, is that he hasn't been getting the targets because he's running so much out of the backfield. And if he doesn't hit a big one, then you're basically just wasting your money.
But he scores touchdowns every single week.
Yeah.
I love Debo this week.
Do you?
I don't even – there's no hiding it from me. I love Debo this week.
Okay.
And
but you can get down the path of paying up for him.
Yeah.
And taking that risk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think San Francisco is going to score the most points of any team on the day. And I would say Debo Samuel is going to score the most points of any player for the 49ers. Kittle 2, Ayuk 3.
I would go Kittle 1, He's just to me he's the star of this whole thing.
Oh, 100%. He had 15 targets last week.
Mm-hmm.
He had 37 freaking points.
Mm-hmm.
Super spicy lineup with Kittle, Debo, and Garoppolo. And I can afford them all.
Indeed. I don't
That's
hate that in
good.
the least.
I've got one with Kittle, Ayuk, and Garoppolo. And I feel pretty good about that.
James Robinson, Carter, Lazard, and Gallup.
The Lazard King.
The Lazard King.
Well, you got to find some value, although you could swap in Gabriel Davis if you wanted to go spicy, but
Right.
it's there. That's not my official pick for the week, but if you wanted to go Debo, if you wanted to get him in, he does score. He's going to score some stupid jet sweep goal line TD. It's going to happen. He's going to happen. He's going to get points, and I really like Kittle today. He is expensive, and he's probably going to be high owned because most people are going to be between him and Mark Andrews if you're looking at tight ends that are available. So,
Okay. I'm down. What?
I just figured out a way to get Garoppolo and
Oh, God.
Garoppolo and Kittle and Debo and Cordell Patterson.
You're just going all in on that one game.
I'm broke as shit, and I don't mind saying it.
I don't know what I did, but you're welcome.
It was while you were talking. I went, oh, wait, that could fix a problem. And it did.
And it did.
Did I lose Javonte Williams? Yes, I did. Do I care? No, I don't.
Okay. So that could be the shootout-y game of the day.
I believe it could, yeah. I believe it could.
The Cincinnati Bengals take on the Denver Broncos in Denver. And Cincinnati is a 3-point dog.
Which is insane to me.
I don't understand it. I mean, is it supposed to be a blizzard?
No,
Like
it's going to
that
be 70 degrees.
I was going to say that
it's going to be nice.
That would be the only way that I would think that Denver could possibly be, or, Joe Burrow's hurt or something.
Yeah,
But
it's going to be
this is-
60 degrees with no wind.
But this
and
is
sunny.
But this is a full-strength Cincinnati Bengals team. And I think the +3 was the easiest bet we had all week.
It's the easiest one of the week for me.
Mm-hmm.
I think Cincinnati is going to dog fuck them.
T. Higgins, man, 3 games in a row, he's gone over 100 yards, scored 2 touchdowns in the last 3 weeks. I think you should continue to ride that.
He's getting really expensive on DraftKings.
I mean, he's 6,500 this week.
That's really expensive on DraftKings.
Okay.
Because he's not Jamar Chase. At this point, you're paying for him like he's Jamar Chase.
Mm-hmm.
Because here's the thing you have to remember about T. Higgins, who I like. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I like him. He had a lot of games like last week where he did. Last week, he went over 100 at the end of the game. Other than that, he's just a 8 for 78 guy. That's what he does. He's done it for years in this league.
Mm-hmm.
2 years. He's been that damn near every game he's ever played. He had 2 huge blow-up games, and now his price has gone up, 1,100 from then. It's too rich for my blood. I like the kid. I don't love him against Denver.
Okay.
I could see this being weird. Joe Mixon just goes hammer time. And I know Denver's reasonably good against running backs.
They are.
I don't know why. I just have this weird feeling this is going to be a Joe Mixon goes for 30.
All right. David Smith, what do you think?
I like the Bengals, but I feel like this is probably, 17-10 final score, something ridiculous like that. It's not going to have as many points as you want. I think the Bengals win. I don't think there's enough juice here with some of the other games available and the pricing. There's just too much working again. Do I like Burrow? Yeah, of course I do. But do I want to pay for him? Not really.
No, I just don't. I don't think this is. This is going to be like me when I put my wiener on the ruler. I just wish the number was bigger. Like Leading edge. Always make sure you factor in that leading edge.
Jesus.
Thank you, Eddie Fox and Mark Sterling, for giving me that joke so long ago.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm with Armchair. I think this game's going to end up being like 17-13.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I came off Javonte Williams. Because the more I thought about it, the more I thought, this could be one of those running clock games where there's less plays than you want there to be, and the score ends up being smaller than you want it to be, and it's just boo.
Yeah. I think T. Higgins is the guy. I'm gonna lean on him. I've got him in 2 lineups this week. I still think the train can keep rolling. Green Bay takes on the Baltimore Ravens.
This is the game I think you are the drunkest on. This is all right, Chad.
Green Bay.
This is the torture ticket game.
Okay.
Baltimore +7.
All the way in.
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. You get Matt LaFleur, I get John Harbaugh.
Mm-hmm.
But it's in Lambeau. I get that.
And I get Aaron Rodgers, and you might get
Tyler Huntley. Tyler Huntley brought him back against a Cleveland defense that secret time is better than Green Bay's.
Okay.
Now, having a week to prepare for him, that makes things a little different.
Mm-hmm.
Laying 7 points to Baltimore to me is stupid. Even if I'm wrong, I'm not going to back off that line was dumb.
Okay.
This is overreaction. This is what Vegas does. It panders to stupid people. And I'm not trying to say that you're – I understand the theory.
Right.
But I've also watched Vegas do this about 10,000 times, and I've watched people just – it's like 300. They just dive to the bottom of this pit of despair to lose all their doubloons.
By the way, we picked this at 7. It's gone up to 10.
Sweet, 10. Torture tickets at 10.
No,
yeah, 100%.
No,
it is.
Nope.
He said it.
We
You
locked it
shoulda
in at
shut-
7.
That's for the picks. We didn't say shit about a torture ticket. It's Sunday. We said
nope.
All right. So then, are you backing off Green Bay?
At 10, yeah. At 10, I will because now it becomes too many points.
So that field goal was because you were so dogmatic. It's the reason that I wanted to pick this game.
Mm-hmm.
So you were so dogmatic that they were just going to trounce them with Tyler Huntley. And now you throw 10, and that's enough for you to be scared now?
Yep.
Pussy. I really thought I was going to get some of that water splattered on the wall.
Because at worst, it's a touchdown game, in my opinion. And that would push me. I'm not giving you more than that.
I was really convinced that water was going to end up on the blinds.
Yeah, I'm not giving you more than that.
All right.
At 7, I'm in. We'll do 7.
See, here's the thing. Unlike many gamblers, I may love to wager, but I'm not stupid. So
right.
I'm not taking it on at anything other than the number when it kicks off.
So, no, I mean, Baltimore, like I said, they are a team that is too hurt, and I think they're too hurt to win big games. And Green Bay is a team that they're not going to take the pressure off at any moment in this game. They're at home. They want to clinch. It all stacks up for Aaron Rodgers.
I need the chat to fat shame Tank about not supporting his pick. I know fat shame's not the right word there.
No.
It fit. Okay. It made sense.
So Devontae Adams, yeah, he's going to have a huge day. Aaron Rodgers is going to have a huge day. I like both the running backs.
Stephen Towle just said, kick the damn ball. This could be a field goal. Just gross. Here's the thing. Baltimore schematically is just better than the vast majority of teams in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Do I think Aaron Rodgers is going to have a lot of yards today? Yes, I do. Do I think he's going to score a lot of touchdowns today? No, I don't. And you know why I think that?
Why?
Because that's what Vegas keeps trying to tell me is going to happen. The over-under's done nothing but go down for 7 days now.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing changed with Green Bay. Nothing's changed with the defense. The only thing that's changed is Tyler Huntley. And you thought that going in because that was talked about that Tyler Huntley would have to play this week.
Yeah.
So why does the number keep going down? I'm looking at the weather going, it's going to be kind of gross.
Well, it's Green
in Baltimore.
Bay. It's in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, when we do graphics, but you make sure you know which team's the home team and the road team, because you got two of them wrong.
Oh, did I?
Yeah. This was one of them.
Okay.
Because this game's in Baltimore, not in Green Bay.
Okay. It is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
Well aware. GTS.
Just Google that shit.
Just Google that shit. By the way, we will have GTS shirts in our merch store at the beginning of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Just Google that shit.
How do you see this game unfolding there, Armchair?
Grossly. It's not going to be fun. Tyler Huntley he'll get the job done. I think Green Bay is going to move the ball. I look at Devontae Adams and go, he's the most expensive receiver available on DraftKings, and I don't think he's going to be the best receiver of the day. He's not going to finish wide receiver 1.
I can't get there with Adams either.
I'll save my $700 and take Debo if I'm going to take a top receiver. Makes no sense otherwise. I can't get there. Green Bay is going to play well. Devontae Adams is going to get catches. I know he's going to get the ball because that's what Aaron Rodgers does. You already heard that I have Lazard on a team. That's because usually he finds someone else. I'm hoping it's Lazard. It is a complete flyer. He could end up with 1 point. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like any of this game. If you put a gun to the head, not a big fan.
I had to put the bell all the way to the microphone to go, you are right. All it. Everything he just said.
Okay. Everything. What's up, Starling?
Hi, Mark Starling.
Mark Starling is he's wandered into the studio here. Yeah, we're doing our Sunday thing.
We fully believed that there would be no one here. I wasn't wearing pants until 10 minutes ago.
Explain why your pants are off. It does not explain why the tribe of pygmies is outside the radio station here, though.
The pygmies? The pygmies are back.
The whole tribe of pygmies out there.
What the fuck is a pygmy?
It's a little person.
Is that little people?
It's little people.
Yeah.
I don't think you can do that.
Nice.
I think that's blatantly offensive.
Oh yeah. That's 100%. That's crimes actually. That's assault.
Going scoot on a wee one?
Uh-huh.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Yeah, that is some kind of unwanted touching that you cannot do. It's weird. The guy comes up here more than when he's on vacation than when he doesn't.
The first time I've ever seen him on a Sunday, and he's on vacation.
Right. Hell, he was off Friday too. He was up here. He was on Friday as well.
Yeah, you know what's going to happen Friday?
Stop coming to work when you're on vacation.
Yeah, you know what's going to happen Friday when we go on vacation? I will forget how to get here. Oh,
100%.
All the shit's on fire. Thankfully, my wife is the one that insures us. So I think we'll be just fine.
Yep. All right.
Let it burn, let it burn, let it burn. Sorry.
Sunday night football tonight down in Tampa Bay. You got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the New Orleans Saints. We picked it at 11. It is currently 11.5 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit.
Really?
Tommy's going to come and beat their brains out in Tampa Bay.
I like this song. It was a good one.
I don't know the next line of the song, so I don't know what I don't know what the tune should be.
Anyhow, yeah, Tampa Bay is going to be good again, and Chris Godwin, he's on his way to setting the season record for receptions for a Tampa Bay wide receiver, and I think that will continue today. I think Chris Godwin's the play of the night.
I don't disagree with you.
Okay.
Lattimore will obviously be on Mike Evans because that's what he does.
Yep, and he's very good at that. He's very good at keeping Mike Evans from doing whatever.
Hey, let me give you a solid piece of advice.
Yep.
Michael Carter is trending on Twitter right now.
Uh-huh.
That should tell you that his ownership is going to be real motherfucking high. That's always if you.
Well, what do you call it? You always call that the free space on the board, right?
If you ever want to know the player that's going to be grossly overowned, go to Twitter about this time and just see who's trending that's not out. Because that guy is going to be 25% owned every single time.
Right. Okay.
And I don't care.
You don't care?
I don't care.
Why don't you care?
I don't care how owned he is.
Oh, that you're going to play him anyway.
I'm playing him anyway.
You have to.
You don't have to. There are plenty of running backs that you could play.
For that price? That would give you that kind of upside?
No, not for that price. But
that's kind of where I was going.
I don't think he has Javonte Williams upside, but he's markedly cheaper.
Mm-hmm. New Orleans, Tampa Bay tonight. Armchair?
Oh, Tampa's going to dog walk them.
Yeah, they will.
Do I want to see Brady fall flat on his face and lose a couple of games? Yes, but sadly, I think Tank will get to press his "fire them cannons" button all day. There's no way around. There's no way around this. What is New Orleans going to bring to this game other than that it's a divisional game? There's an opportunity here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Tampa's sleeping, but after watching Brady for 2 decades, I can tell you that he doesn't exactly take the time to fall into, well, we're going to be playing so-and-so in the playoffs.
Right.
He's going to be getting sharp. He's going after people. If there's records on the board, he's going to try for them. It's just what he does.
And how many times has he lost to the same team in the same season? That's a hell of a stat to pull out. It ain't very often, I can tell you that much.
He's lost 3 in a row in the regular season to it.
He's gonna want to get back for this one, and it's a clincher. Mm-hmm. This is the division clincher. We clinch it here, we get it done, we move on.
Here's the thing: there are a lot of narratives here, and they all go on the side of New Orleans. Tom's not been good at covering in primetime games. Tom hasn't played particularly well in a lot of those primetime games.
Mm-hmm.
This number is gigantic.
Mm-hmm.
They've lost 3 regular season matchups in a row to New Orleans, and all of that, sum of all parts, does not mean a great big steaming hill pile of shit to me. They are going to smoke New Orleans.
Right.
I think all of the primetime games, so we got 2 good ones. Last night was pretty fun. Thursday night was a lot of fun. And now we have 5 in 3 days, and they all suck.
Really?
Oh, they all suck.
Even Philly, Washington?
Sucks. Who's the best quarterback in that game?
It'll be Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I'm good.
I mean, it may not be pretty to watch, but it's still going to be a fun football game.
No, see, that those 2 things do not walk hand in hand to me.
Okay.
Oh, it may not be fun to watch. Okay, that's why I watch it. That's why I love football, because it's fun to watch. Watching 2 teams jerk each other off for 60 minutes is not exactly that doesn't make me feel warm and fuzzy.
Damn, son.
A riveting game of field position.
Bingo.
Yeah.
It's all
you
gross.
just don't like it. Just don't like it. That's fine. That's fine. You can be a hater. We got the Monday.
And they have no Sean Payton either.
Yeah. Sean Payton has wound up feeling sick and tested positive for COVID. And yep, no Sean Payton tonight.
This has "you get your brains beat out" written all over it.
All right, the Cleveland Browns and the Las Vegas Raiders are the first Monday game. So we've had all of these schedule flips this week because of the coronavirus outbreaks. Cleveland pushing this game, or the reason this game got pushed back because they had so many guys on the COVID list. 5 o'clock kickoff tomorrow evening, and they are Cleveland is a 3-point favorite now that they moved the game back. It was Vegas was the favorite. And now that they pushed it back and they're going to get some guys back, now Cleveland's back being the favorite.
Yeah, I'm still taking the Raiders.
You still taking the Raiders?
I don't think Cleveland's going to be overly healthy by the time this game kicks off.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think they're good. I just don't think they're good.
Yeah, they have Nick Chubb though. They have Nick Chubb, and they'll be able to move the ball on the ground. I still feel like they can win a gross one at home. It's really gonna hinge on who is able to come back for that game too. because I think 3 of their 4 safeties were on the list. They had like 3 out of the 6 cornerbacks were down. They were going to be missing a lot on that back end. Is what made me sway toward Las Vegas to begin with. But
and you got to
Vegas
remember,
is not a team that I believe in.
Well, and you got to remember, those guys may not come back anyway.
Mm-hmm.
They pushed this game a day.
Oh, I get it.
So, that gives us time to do. That gives us time to do better COVID protocol testing, or not.
If you're either of these teams, do you really want to win at this point?
I would say honestly, no.
No. I mean, I think Cleveland will, because Cleveland's still stupid.
The Raiders fans are angry about this moving this game, and I get it.
Oh yeah, because it wasn't our problem.
I completely get why you're pissed off about it.
Yeah. How many times have I seen?
Raiders.
What's that?
Go ahead, Tank.
I was going to say
if on the Raiders.
Yeah.
Go ahead. No, you go. You go.
I feel like we're at an intersection.
All right, I'm going to go.
We are.
All right. No, what I was going to say was, at this point, it's like this is the only way we can get a win. We need to get a forfeit. That's what I've been seeing. They said that they weren't going to move games. No, well, they said they weren't going to move games unless there was a medical reason to do so. You can make the argument that the guys on the COVID list is a medical reason to do so. And that they were going to punish the team that had to, that the other team was going to have to forfeit. Well, do you really want to pick up a win that way? Or would you rather play the game a day late?
I would rather just pick up the win.
Yeah, same.
This is like the old Brian Regan joke about snow cones. Playing Little League.
Yeah.
I have to play half a game or a whole game, still get a snow cone. I'd rather just play half a game. Still get a free. Still get the whole snow cone. Half game, the whole snow cone. I don't give a fuck how we get this win. It's not going to go in the standings as, hey, they beat the backups because of COVID. No, it's still a win. Mm-hmm. A win is a win is a win is a win. I don't give a fuck how you got it.
Yeah. And
I understand why the Raiders fans are pissed. I'd be pissed too.
Just play the damn games.
God, you hate the Raiders so much.
I did.
You are such a Raider hater.
I mean, you can keep saying that
because it's true.
It's not that true.
You are a Raider.
It's a little bit true.
You are a Raider hater.
I'm just saying, you want to win, prove it on the field.
Yeah.
And we got a day. You had to wait a whole day. Yeah, but this is going to be on when I don't get to see it.
I care less about that.
Well, fucking record the shit.
Okay, learn a book.
Right. Like, either record the shit or take a long lunch. If you can't do that, then sorry about your luck.
How long are your lunches? Take a long lunch. Jesus Christ, Take a 3-hour lunch?
Take a 3-hour lunch. It's the holiday season. Nobody cares.
I had such a good line right there, and I couldn't use it. I'm mad at myself. I'm mad at myself for not saying it. Now I have to look at myself and go, pussy.
Nice. Fantasy-wise in this game, though, who do you like? With Josh Jacobs? Obviously Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubb's the one. I don't love a lot of things in this game. I just don't. It's gross. It's going to be low scoring.
Yep.
Outside of Nick Chubb.
Derek Carr, Hunter Renfrow.
And Hunter Renfrow.
Yeah.
I mean, Hunter Renfrow's a week in, week out play now. But I don't think I'm telling you anything you didn't already know.
Right. I'm just thinking about, if those guys from the secondary can't come back, could be a pretty good game for Derek Carr and for Hunter Renfrow.
I just made a second DFS hammer lineup. I'm giving out 2 hammers at the end of this. And they are both fucking hammers.
All right. So Nick Chubb, Nick Chubb, Hunter Renfrow. Other than that, move on.
Yeah. I don't like much else.
Minnesota Vikings, Chicago Bears. This was the originally scheduled Monday Night Football game, which is god awful.
Sucks. This is gonna suck a lot.
Right.
I like KJ Osborne from Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
All the other are week in, week out plays anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Don't really want to play David Montgomery, but you could do worse in a pinch.
Justin Fields. Could be a Justin Fields game.
Or it could be a 4 interception Justin Fields game.
Maybe.
I won't be shocked. here's the thing. There's a very underrated story that has happened in Minnesota. They cut Rashad Breeland.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually a positive, not a negative. People are going to see that as a negative. It's not. He had sucked out loud all year long.
Mm-hmm.
And he was malcontent.
So why have him around anymore? Yeah. Minnesota's a 6-point favorite.
Beat the brakes off Chicago.
I agree. That's a game that's never going to be close.
There's just not a lot. There's not a lot to that game.
Although, that's a game that could... Actually, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say it's never going to be close because it very well could be close at the end of it. How many times have we seen Minnesota do this where they get up and then they let somebody come back in? It could be a close game toward the end, but it's, Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears trying to recover from a 30-point deficit.
See.
And then we got 2 Tuesday night games this week. Seattle Seahawks, Los Angeles Rams, the Washington football team, and the Philadelphia Eagles. Stars in the Rams game? Nobody?
Not for me.
Are we ready to wrap it up?
I just got. I'll be right back.
Oh, he's got the right. He was doing this little twirly thing, which is like wrap it up, and I'm like, what do we do? Okay, all right. So Armchair for the Rams, Seahawks. We still don't know who's going to play. The Rams have a lot of dudes on COVID.
Yeah, they've got a ton. And depending on who's back, I still like the Rams in this game. I don't know why. Seattle hasn't really shown, but who knows? Look, Russ has been improving and kind of getting back to the way that Russ has been in the past. So would it surprise me if he has another big game?
Mm-hmm.
No, especially given who could potentially be out for the Rams. But the Rams just had a game against this Cardinals team who's very good, where they had a bunch of guys go down on the COVID list basically pre-kickoff and still played a pretty resilient game. So I still think that the Rams find a way to get this victory. They're still my at least my NFC championship game favorites.
Okay.
How do you get away from them at this point?
I agree. I think they're a very strong team. And there was part of me that thought the Robert Woods thing was going to just derail the entire season, but it's almost been,
a non-factor.
A non-factor, and even to a point, maybe a rallying cry for the Rams and for Matt Stafford and Cooper Kupp's having an unbelievable season, and Sony Michel's actually been pretty useful.
Yeah, he's playing his role well. When coaches utilize guys the way that their talent dictates, you'll see guys like Sony Michel having great games.
Yeah, and I think that's what could happen in this one. I could see Sony Michel having a big day.
Yeah, I'm curious to see who's going to be active for this game based on everything we know right now. It could be no one. It could be a bunch of guys.
Right.
I think Stafford's got a chip on his shoulder, and I think that he's going to want to get this thing, wrapped up as quick as he can. I'm
with you. Even though the spread was 5.5 when we picked it the other day, there were going to be 20 guys out for the Rams. I still had the Rams winning this game. I just have zero faith in the Seattle Seahawks, and now it's Los Angeles is a 7-point favorite.
Seattle sucks. I don't care who plays. I don't care how many guys they got left.
Mm-hmm.
Seattle sucks.
Yep.
Defense sucks.
Yep. L.A. Rams, we're taking them to win. And then the closer on Tuesday night, Washington football team, Philadelphia Eagles.
Dog water. Just absolute unabashed dog water.
Running game, though. So Miles Sanders.
Only because they have to.
Well, that's true. This is very true. Only because they have to. But they do have the slew of running backs, and Kenny Gainwell, Miles Sanders. Those will be plays.
Kenny Gainwell's not.
You don't think so?
No.
It's a Boston Scott.
No.
No, you just don't want any of them?
No.
Okay. Fair enough. How about that? Those fire DFS lineups for the week. You ready to fire them away at us, Jeremy?
Yes, I've got 2 of them.
Okay.
The first one is this is the big one that I have been teasing, that will have Jimmy Garoppolo Oh, hold on. There we go. Now you can see me.
Yeah.
Jimmy Garoppolo stacked with Debo and George Kittle.
Wow.
The other receivers are A.J. Greene and Gabriel Davis. Running backs are James Robinson, Michael Carter, and Cordell Patterson, and the Texans' defense. Then there's another one that I'm playing in just a little bit with Tyler Huntley stacked with Rashad Bateman and Mark Andrews.
Okay.
I also have Devontae Adams in that lineup.
There you go.
With James Robinson, Michael Carter, Javonte Williams. Christian Kirk is my low-level, not great flyer. And the Houston Texans defense again.
Okay. All right.
I like the Texans defense today.
Yeah.
Jacksonville sucks, and they're going to turn the ball over.
Agreed. David Smith, you got one to impart on us? You did pretty well last week.
Yeah, I've been kind of playing around with a couple of different options since Jeremy gave you a Garoppolo line. I'll give you a Josh Allen line. That's Josh Allen, Michael Carter, James Robinson at running back, Gabriel Davis, Russell Gage, and T. Chiggins, wide receiver, Kittle at tight end, Gallup in the flex, and the Texans defense.
Okay.
I don't hate any of that. I think we have given you 3 fire lineups. Just please don't fire them in the millionaire because I already did that.
All right, those are your fire plays for the week. We will be back with you tomorrow morning right here in the Sportsocracy at 10 a.m. to recap all of the Sunday action from the NFL. Get you ready for Monday and Tuesday's games as well.
Hold on, before we get out of here.
Yep.
Pierre J.A., we're like an AA meeting for sports.
What's up, Pierre?
Should I start Melvin Gordon at Cincinnati, Gronk at New Orleans, or Cooks at Jacksonville? Cooks would be 3 for me. Melvin Gordon's probably not. If he does play, he's going to be limited. I like Javonte Williams way better, so for me it'd be Gronk.
Yep. I'm exactly in the same boat.
Because I think Gronk is going to skull fuck their brains. Because I think Tampa Bay is going to skull fuck their brains.
Give you the old bell ringer there. All right, we are the Sportsocracy, and this is the Wicked Weed Studio, wickedweedbrewing.com. Drink different. We will see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Best of luck to you. Get those lineups set. We will see you next time.
Much love to Armchair, as always.
Yes, sir. Thank you, David Smith.
Thanks, fellas.